let's take a quick look at some Horde Troopers, both the Origins one and Vintage. For Masters of the Universe collectors, the Horde Trooper figure is probably not near the top of the list, I would guess. But I kind of feel like he should be. Now that I have him in hand, I definitely feel like he should have been higher on my list than he was. I've been collecting Motu figures for a long time, and I just got my Vintage Horde Trooper in yesterday. One of the reasons is that he's a higher priced figure, and he's not really one with any sort of personality from the show that I could relate to or reminisce about. And he's literally a troop building figure, so there's not much to him, or so I thought. The really nice thing about this figure that always sort of eluded me was looking at him in hand now. I'm realizing that he's probably the most screen accurate from the Filmation show that we got in toy form. There might be a couple others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. For me, the Horde Trooper is the figure that most embodies exactly what we saw in the cartoon. And that's saying something. That makes him kind of a special figure. I don't have his weapon, which is insanely priced if you want to get a vintage one. So that's going to take me some time to save up for and track down. The figure itself is a little different as far as articulation is concerned. The arms do swing outwardly, as well as forward and back. As you can see, they're kind of attached to the head. That's part of the gimmick. The legs, there's no bend at the knees. It's just the hip. The hip joint is pretty much like a regular Motu figure. Mine's got some paint wear, but I already love him. And I really do like the chest plate with Hordak sculpted in there. And the play gimmick is that this is sort of like a self-destruct button. So if you hit there hard, well, hold on. Mine is probably either worn out over the years or I'm missing a spring or something. But when you press this in, the front and back plates pop open and he just sort of goes inactive. Sort of like a self-destruct. It's cool enough. And the Origins version is one of the better outings, I think, for the Origins line. The paintwork has a little bit more of a metallic finish to it. A lot of the details are the same. He comes with a white crossbow and a red staff, both of which are in a drawer somewhere. I don't know where they are, I'm sorry. He does have the better Origins articulation. The head is on a ball joint. And they did maintain the gimmick. Oh, but mine is really stiff. You push that in, front and back pop open, and he goes... Oh, well, actually, this red piece inside doesn't pivot downwardly the way the vintage one does. But nonetheless, that's... At least they kept the self-destruct mechanism play gimmick. Actually, on him, it just looks like he undresses a little bit, but... I should have picked you up sooner. I'm sorry. And that is just a quick look at a couple of Horde Troopers.